We are four days away from the best slate of the year. We got Super Wild Card Weekend coming up in a few days. We got Playoff Best Ball. We got FFPC. Today we're gonna do some Playoff Best Ball on Underdog. Should be a good time. We're gonna do some Gauntlet, some Mittens, and we'll see what else we get into. And we'll talk about the Week 18 slate real quick before we jump into everything. So let's go. All right. Hope you guys are all doing well. First episode of On Track, where we talk about playoff best ball and kind of how to build good rosters. And there's really no one size fits all way to build a good playoff best ball roster, but there's definitely some general guidelines that you should definitely try to follow. I'm not going to tell you that one thing is right because we don't know how these games are going to go. We don't know, what players that lose are going to pop off. We don't know what's going to happen at all. But I do have some good idea, like a good idea of what's required. It's kind of just self-explanatory, but a lot of people don't understand what is required to actually win. And it's pretty simple. You need players to make it to the Super Bowl, and you need players on your roster to make it through every week, one by one, all the way to the Super Bowl. And then you have to have a live lineup there. It doesn't do you good to show up in the finals. I mean, you will get your money back and then some. That's great. But if you're wanting to win the whole thing or get close to have a chance to win it, you're going to need players in that Super Bowl instance on your team. So you need live players always. So we're kind of trying to give you the tools here to at least, like, if you are going to build a team, you're going to at least be building something that has a chance to win. Instead, there's people that build teams that literally will give them 0.0000% chance to win in in the Super Bowl, the big game. And that's just not what you want to be doing. If you're going to be you're going to join these contests, put money on the line in these contests, you don't really want to be doing that. So that is that. Let's see here. Let me put something up on the screen here. Let's get the ticker going. Best playoff best ball on track. And another thing that I think is kind of the on track type of vibe, and kind of how it makes sense as a name for this show. We'll see. We're always going to play around with it. I have arcade ideas, all sorts of stuff like that. We'll see where we end up with a theme. We got the gems, we got the deep dive, we got the arcade. There's a lot of different avenues that we can go down, but we'll see what sticks, what makes the most sense for this channel. But we're gonna try new things out. But kind of fitting with the on track part is you really need to think about what's going to happen in round 2, what's going to happen in the divisional round, what's going to happen in the AFC NFC championship round. Like, you can't just think so narrow, like, oh, I'm just going to pair these two teams together. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna get Seattle and I'm gonna pair them with the Packers. That makes sense, right? No, it doesn't, because the Packers, if they win, they have to play Seattle in the second round. So there's no way you'll get either of those teams to the championship game. So you're really cutting off an option. It could work, but it's just not something you want to be seeking out. And definitely something you want to think about. It's definitely worth actually looking at the roster, looking at the bracket, and trying to play that out. Get up my playoff picks as well. Tons of bracket tools you should be able to find that will at least give you an idea what you need to be doing with the bracket. So first thing we'll do before we get into playoff best ball, we'll talk about our last week. Pretty solid week. We ended on a good note. We had a takedown of a single entry tournament on Underdog. So pretty happy with that. We'll go and show that lineup really quick right here. When it loads, I'll show you. Won 2,000 on a single entry tournament. So that was nice in week 18. Really big because Ramondre wasn't owned in a lot of these contests. So I didn't have to have Ramondre. So it worked out in a good way there. So I ended up getting first here. Get Joe Burrow, Jahmyr Gibbs. Hold on. Joe Burrow, Jahmyr Gibbs, Tank Bigsby, who's one of my favorite plays on the slate, got 17 points, pretty solid. Chase, London. So got a really nice Gibbs Chase combo there. And then Loveland, I was all over all week. So I'm glad I ended up having him on the winning lineup. Just really, like I said at the beginning of the week, it's like dodge landmines, dodge landmines, dodge landmines. That was week 18. And there was a lot of landmines like Bijan, Lamb, Pickens, Dak, Josh Allen, James Cook, all those just pure landmines give you no chance to win. So yeah, glad I avoided a lot of that. I thought London was a decent play too, or London, but pretty happy with this one. Yeah, so most of the big lineups in the main contest ended up having Ramondre because he really put up a big score, like 34 points. It's really just like a big separator. Like Puka obviously was a good one. You probably wanted him over Chase, but it wasn't that far. So Parker Washington, pretty interesting. 71% of him. That's crazy. Strange. So T-Law double. That makes sense as well. So definitely a lot of options, but yeah, definitely needed Ramondre to get you to the top there because he was just like an extra 17 points, an extra 15 points on your projection, pretty much. So on to the good stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Nice way to end the season off. Started the season with a bang, ended the season with a pretty good bang there, and hopefully we can run that into a decent playoff best ball, or an awesome one. We'll see what happens. FFPC as well. Gonna have some content on that, but also gonna be doing some of those behind closed doors, and we'll talk about it. If we have to sweat, we'll talk about it. If we have a good team, we'll talk about it always. So yeah, had a good performance last year. Hopefully we can run that back. But yeah, let's get into excuse me. Might do a couple battle royales, but I think I just want to focus on. I'll probably do battle royales just on my own. And maybe we'll do a few here and there in some recordings this week. Probably got to do 2 recordings this week, maybe 3, but definitely 2. But we'll see what we can do otherwise. But yeah, we'll definitely do playoff best ball. I feel like I haven't been able to do much of it on stream, so I definitely want to make sure I do as much of that as I can. I think Gauntlet should be open. I thought I saw that open still. I would be sad if it wasn't. Gauntlet closed? Oh, man. Oh, no, it's open. Whew. Okay. I thought the Gauntlet was gone. That would have sucked. Okay. Let's start off with a Mitten. So something you definitely want to be aware of is when contests were open. So Mitten, this is a 2 of 6 Mitten. 50K up top, $5 entry. You definitely want to be aware of when the contests open. So this is a good one to jump into now because nobody has like a clear advantage on anyone. And it's not really a clear advantage, but more so like no one's drafting the Ravens here. No one's drafting the Lions here. Like everyone knows exactly who's in the playoffs. So it definitely changes the dynamic a little bit, but also you can feel pretty confident that like no one's getting, there's going to be combos that people get that you're not going to have access to every time. It's just kind of the way that it goes sometimes. And it's just how these contests are. But there's not going to be anything like crazy happening where like, what? Like, how did this person get this team through? This team scored no points in the first round, but it got through. Like, that's not going to happen now. Like, you're not going to be able to do that. But in this contest, you shouldn't have to worry about it because it's not really how there's teams that were built in previous contests that had Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Bucks, like tons of teams that didn't make the playoffs where you're just like you're pretty much competing against no one. Like I have pods in some early contests that are basically like a 1 of 2 pod. I have a 50-50 shot of getting through. So that's not going to be happening anymore. So that definitely makes it good to draft this contest specifically now. But I don't think you should be like afraid to get in the Gauntlet streets. I think the Gauntlet it's a good time to draft, a little bit of those Panthers for advance rate, a little bit of Steelers if you think they can go on a run. Panthers if you think they can go on a run. It's thin, but that they haven't been drafted for 90% of the contest basically. So it's definitely an angle to take there. But yeah, so in this contest, since it's 2 out of 6 to advance, you could definitely squeeze a little bit more of those. Let's go Barkley. You can definitely squeeze a little bit more of those weak those bye week teams, like the Broncos and the Seahawks. But okay, so we get Barkley Cook. I always like getting this combo. It's a good start because you usually can get Hurts pretty easily back, and you get Devonta Smith or whatever, maybe AJ Brown if you're lucky. Usually you can get a good option coming back to you, and you get 2 highly protected running backs in round 1. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some of my favorite like builds. I really like. There's one like specific build that I don't know like how many people are actually doing it, but I think it's really fun to do, and it just kind of fits well. You do essentially what you'll do. Hold on, let me change this music here. Yeah, so essentially what you'll do is you'll build teams where you'll have 4. Double check that. Okay, we're good. So you'll do 4 of a one conference. So you'll start with like 4 NFC team. Let's just say you start with 4 Packers, whatever. You have 4 Packers on your team and you take Jordan Love. Then on the same conference, you go 2 Rams. Just say Rams for this example. And then you go 3 on the other side. Let's just say you put 3 Chargers. So then you put, you put Herbert, you put Hampton, and you put QJ in your lineup. And then you at that on the end there, then you tack on 1 more player, and that is like a one-off Metcalf, a one-off Kincaid, or whoever you decide to do. I don't really know what this guy's going to take, but I'm going to make sure I get Jalen Hurts. And then it's kind of debatable if I want. I mean, he's probably going to take Nico here. Yeah, Nico makes sense. As long as he doesn't take Devonta from me, I'm happy. This isn't solid. Like, just Hurts, Barkley, Cook, Smith is just a nice little start. Yeah, I'm happy with that all day. So that's a good way to start the team. But yeah, so you do that, and then you do a one-off on the AFC side as well. And what that allows you to do is you unlock like 3 Super Bowls. So you get what was it? Green Bay, Pittsburgh. You get Green Bay, Chargers, and then you get Chargers, Rams as well. So you just have 3 Super Bowls live, which maybe it's thin, but I think it's like a really good way to like, you don't have to thread such a tight needle because it's really hard to advance. Like if you're doing like a 4-4-2 build, you are really concentrated, and it's like, especially now with the teams being so much stronger on average in your room, it's really hard to just like get through. So like having that extra out where you have those 4 teams where you can kind of pick, you can find those scores you need. I think it's pretty big. Yeah, Mitten 3 right now. I'm going to do some gauntlets as well. I'm going to do both. Okay, so Dallas Goedert, pretty clear pick here. Kincaid, definitely want Kincaid as well. Probably just going to go with them 2. And then we could decide how we want to play the rest of this one. And this is where we start thinking, like, this is like at this point in the draft is when you start thinking about your bracket. And the way I think of it is Buffalo is, let me just make sure I'm not talking out my butt here. Pull up my bracket as well. Pretty sure they're the 6th seed, right? So, they're the 7th seed, sorry. Okay. They're the 7th seed playing against the Patriots. So, simply put, I don't really want to pair my Bills with Broncos. Not pairing Bills with Broncos. So that's something I'm just going to X out the board. So if there's a Bronco on the board that looks good, I'm just not going to take them because I don't really want to have, you want to keep your team strong as long as it can. Like, you don't want your team, like, you can thread the needle, like I said, obviously, whatever. But you want to keep your team at 10 players as long as you can, or 9 or 8, whatever. Maybe you needed 1 to get you through early on. But you want to keep your team as strong as you can for all the way till you get to the championship week, and then hope you have a live Super Bowl team after that. So my thought here is that I already have 6 in a Philly-Buffalo Super Bowl, so I can really play around with other options, those being Bills, I mean, Bills win, they play Denver, right? It's pretty much just what has to happen. So, wait, what is wrong with this thing? I knew they were this. I really, God, they are the 6th seed. Okay, I was right, because like it didn't make any sense, because that's mad annoying. I like download this thing to show me the bracket, and the bracket's not even right. Bracket, NFL playoff bracket. There's some website I pulled a bracket from, and they didn't even have the right seeds. It's so stupid. Okay. Trust me, when I was building teams, I knew the right seeds. I just need to like grab this screenshot of this instead, so I don't ever believe the wrong seeding again, because that was really annoying. All right, and I kind of know it off the top of my head, to be honest with you, but just to have it up in front of me. So let's backtrack here. Chargers. Gonna get Steelers. Get Houston. Not really. Let's do this, I guess. Okay, so yeah, Bills are the 6th seed. They're playing the Jags, so they don't have to play Broncos. They could play the Broncos. The way they play the Broncos is if they win and the Chargers lose, then they'll play the Broncos. If they win and the Chargers win, then the Bills will play the winner of Houston-Pittsburgh instead of, because if the Chargers win, they have to play the Broncos. It's pretty much just an automatic matchup there. So yeah, so the reason I'm pairing, I think this is a safe pairing, because yeah, they could meet in the 2nd round. I know for a fact I could definitely do, I've already done this Chargers, Bills, Eagles build before, so I'm just throwing on Metcalf as like another advancement piece, and I'm probably going to throw another Pittsburgh guy, and then probably QJ, I think is what my plan is here. Is just kind of spread my bets out. Or I could throw on, I think I could just do Rodgers and Warren too. Definitely have options there. If you add another quarterback, you are helping yourself out. In the case that Hurts has a bad game, you could still make it through. But it is kind of a little tough. Let's do the Rodgers Gainwell angle. I think that sounds kind of fun. And yeah, they could play the Bills, but there's not really a guarantee of that. So in this case, Lad is an advance rate piece, the classic advance rate piece that we want. But yeah, I mean, we just lost QJ, so I don't really want to go the Chargers route anyways. So yeah, Gainwell Rodgers makes sense here. We get an extra quarterback to help us through. Although we are playing in this 2 of 6 format. Does that feel as necessary? Definitely could help if Hurts has a down game at any point. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Gainwell and Rodgers, and we'll run that. So now we're pretty live we're live for Philly Chargers. Not really that live, but we're very live for Philly Buffalo and very live for Philly Steelers. Slight, this ain't bad. This is a good team. So all bracketology, like look at the brackets, pay attention to what you're drafting. Let's do another Mitten, and we'll warm up with that, and then we'll get into the Gauntlet stuff. Yeah, I just think paying attention to the bracket is like one of the easiest thing you can do. It's not like you can easily make a mistake and slip it up, but I think it's something that you can just do, and as long as you implement that correctly, you're helping yourself out. Even before the bracket's set, you should be at least thinking about it a little bit. Like, I wasn't pairing Packers with Seattle much. because I kind of, the vibe was pretty clear of where that was going. Seattle obviously could have easily not got the bye, but Green Bay was heading towards the 7th seed over the last few weeks. But yeah. Also, another good time. This is probably a really good time to get some Seattle-Denver teams and try to win if that's the Super Bowl. I think this is a good, like, this Mitten is like, this is your shot here because no one has any teams that are like a little bit like that have any like significant edge on you. This is a good contest to drop some Seattle-Denver teams. I'll probably do that and see if I can take down this thing. It'll be hard to get them through, obviously, but you definitely have a better chance when you're doing a thing. So kind of all bets are out when you're playing for that scenario. All bets are off. Like if you're playing Seattle-Denver and you're playing for them to meet in the Super Bowl, really you could play however you want to play. So hopefully we get JSN so I can try it. I think I want to play through Bo next as well. Okay, we got JSN. Cool. All right, let's try it. So the goal here is we're getting 5 Broncos or Seahawks total, and then our other 5 could be various pieces from different teams that will help me advance. So in this case, if you wanted to play the Green Bay route, you could, because you're not gonna face them until the 2nd round, but still not ideal for your prospects, because then you're really likely to have only 5 in the conference championship round, and that might not be enough to get you through. We can talk about this contest all day. It's so fun. I like to do these things that challenge your brain a little bit. Okay, so how are we getting our Seahawks through? If all the chalk wins, meaning all the high seeds wins, then Seattle would play the Rams. Actually, they would play the Rams. Eagles and Seahawks cannot play in any scenario. So I do like that outcome. I think pretty clearly the way to play it is just go Drake May here. So if you want to play this route, you play Drake May to have a good game. I'm going to get Henderson, maybe Ramondre. Henderson's gone, so we're going to have to get a different route here. So we'll see what we want to do. So we go May. We want to get a few other pieces on that side. So in this case, the Patriots are just an advance. I mean, it could work out in different ways, but right now they're just there to help me advance my Seattle-Denver team. So depending on who we can get here, I would take the highest. Like if I can get AJ Brown, I'd take him. I'm not opposed to Kittle either. The matchups it's not quite as good of a matchup. It isn't really line up as well, but if I can get AJ Brown here, that would be fantastic. You can have Diggs, that's fine. We get AJ Brown. AJ Brown against the Niners is pretty nice. Nice, beautiful, sick. So now we have round 1. We got AJ Brown and Drake May. We'll probably be getting Ramondre as my advance rate piece. Not 100% sure yet how we're gonna play that, but we'll see. We'll see. I think getting Pat Bryant, Barner, it doesn't really matter who you're getting as long as you're getting your 5 you need. So we'll see how we want to play it. I think I want to play through Sutton. Play through Sutton is kind of what I'd like to do, and then get Ramondre, and then I get Sharps or Kenny Walker. Yeah, so I get Sutton as my first Denver piece. I have 2. So here's my 2 bye week guys so far. I need 3 more. including a quarterback, and I need one of them to be a running back. So I have two options left, both the Seattle guys. I want to lock in Ramondre here, I think is a smart way to play. Get 2 for the Super Bowl bet. The problem is, like Ramondre, Drake May in one round, one game sample, maybe not going to get there, but Ramondre has a good pass game role too, so it might be okay. So really what we want to find out is like, Watson might be a good play as well. Because really we have one goal here, and it's to operation get these players through. Ramondre went. Damn it. Okay. That makes things a little more tricky. That's brutal to lose Ramondre there. Kenneth Walker. And then let's try to sneak Swift here. Try to sneak Swift. And then we'll play from there. We should get Bo Nix rights here. We'll see. Oh, that Ramondre snipe is pretty brutal, not gonna lie. I mean, he's making a good team. I'm not happy about it. Not happy about it. Damn it, that was a brutal snipe. Could be a blessing in disguise, though. But the problem is I don't know what Patriot I want to take. Like, I guess you don't need one. You're just taking Drake May for points, right? So you don't really need one. I'd prefer to have one, though. I think what at this point, we're playing the Pittsburgh narrative now, and we're just hoping we can get a Pittsburgh running back to help us through. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to play it now. Okay, so Swift went. So let's go. Before we lose out on our whole entire game plan, well, we have Darnold still. So let's get Watson. So we got 1, 2, 3 advance rate pieces that are all not playing in the first round. So these guys could all help me in second round. It's really tricky when you make these teams. It's really tricky. So now I could take Bo Nix or Darnold. Doesn't really matter. I prefer Nix. So I'd probably go Nix next. And then we get one of these Pittsburgh guys. And we'd be at 4. And then we get one more Denver piece. Like Franklin or Pat Bryant. And then we have one more advanced rate piece. Probably Metcalf or something. Okay. Maybe we just do the double Pittsburgh running back narrative too. That might be okay. I kind of like that angle. And play AJ Brown, Watson to both hit my lineup. Gainwell, Warren to both hit my lineup. Bo Nix went. Shit. Why are you taking Bo Nix, man? What in the world, brother? Oh, these people. Okay, whatever. I would like take Bo Nix over Darnold as my quarterback in like 9 times out of 10. But we're gonna make the team the way I was intending to make it. So, oh god, man. There's one thing about playoff best ball is you're going to have to get used to people taking your shit, and sometimes they're doing it for logical reasoning, which feels a little better. But it's just, you just got to deal with it. It's part of the game. Part of the game. All right, I think so. Yeah, we're just gonna do double Pittsburgh running back to advance us through. Leaves us with plenty of options. Obviously, there's going to be some overlap in these matchups, but it doesn't really matter. We just get Drake May score to help us through the first round. We have AJ Brown. We have Christian Watson. We have double Pittsburgh running back. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd take both Pittsburgh running backs over any of these options, even Woody Marks, to be honest with you. So we're going to do that. So we're getting Warren, Gainwell. So that fills our flex and our running back 1 or 2. Or, yeah, running back 1 and flex. and then we just get our last receiver, and it'll be a Denver one. So hopefully this guy doesn't take my Pat Bryant from me. We can get Ingram, I guess, but yeah, I don't think he's taking Pat Bryant. He definitely might. He's cooking. He's cooking at least. He needs a Packer. I'm trying to take Jaden Reed. I'm gonna guess. Just anyone but Pat Bryant, please. Give me a break for once, brother. Called it. All right. So we get Pat Bryant. Any Pittsburgh bros in here? Let's get Gainwell. Yeah. Okay, this is fun. I mean, these are like, you gotta know what you're doing. Like, you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. Very likely this team does not make it through the round. But if it does, you have something extremely valuable on your hands. You have the 2 bye week teams that have pretty solid odds to make the Super Bowl. And if they do, you have probably, you know, like, if you are surviving with a 5 stack of a team that didn't play for round 1 and they make it to the Super Bowl, you are sitting on a just amazing EV team. Like, you're in such a great spot to succeed in that tournament. This is very hard to get those double bye week teams through, even in 2 of 6 advance. So. Yeah. Luckily, his points don't matter for me in the first round anyways. All right, we got Pat Bryant. Cool. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, this is not crazy. Like, this is not like, there's teams that I built where it's like, okay, you're really relying on this player to do it. Like Drake May, Jalen Warren, Gainwell, AJ Brown, Watson. Can they get me through? Can they all hit and have a decent game? Yeah, I think so. And the other thing is there's teams in here that are probably weak to begin with. Like, this guy has a somewhat more weak team because he's missing Bonix and Franklin. It's not that weak. This guy's team's fully decked out. This guy's got 1, 2 Seattle guys. And, you know, if Lawrence has a bad game, this guy's in trouble. There's stuff that can go on for sure. So it's a fun team, though. I like building those in the Gauntlet, or the Mitten, more than the Gauntlet right now. The $5 feels a lot better, and then you just don't have to worry about so much stuff going wrong. So, all right, let's see the Gauntlet. It's been fun. Been fun so far. Hope you're doing well, Christopher. I could do these drafts all day. And it's nice when there's like this little, there are always windows. We have this little window right now where it's really, you know, you get to build teams with information that's just brand new. Like, the brackets are set now. It's very cool. Highest prize pool we've ever had on Underdog for Playoff Bestball 2. Very cool stuff. Okay, so we got the 106. Excuse me. Pretty much what I hope here is I just hope I either get Barkley, AJ Brown, and play the Eagle stack that everyone does, or I hope for Cook and Allen to fall and I get both of them. I don't really have a big take on like who I think is going to win these games. If I had to make my bracket, I think Chargers will end up winning the first game. I think Pittsburgh's going to win. I think Packers are pretty live to win. I think the Rams are going to win. Not a hot take there. I think the Eagles are going to win. And I think I'm missing one game. think that's it, right? I'm missing one game. Rams, Eagles, Packers, Chargers. Yeah, Jags, Bills. I don't know. I'm my inkling would say the Bills, but I don't know. I'll say the Bills for now. I really wish they didn't end up matching up. I wish it was like Jags, Houston, or something, and Bills, Pittsburgh. That would have been much easier because I like Jags and Bills a lot, but one of them's gonna be gone. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, there's really no analysis from like why I feel this way, but yeah, I do think that Pittsburgh has a decent shot of taking out Houston. Should be a lot of fun. A lot of fun games. Very excited. Okay, nice. This is a fun team. Yeah, all the way. So yeah, this is. I mean, it's hard to build a team with JSN in it, but I'm gonna do it. I mean, Seattle has the best odds to make the Super Bowl. That's pretty fun. I wouldn't be mad. I love JSN. So, little JSN Cook team. I like that. So probably what I'll do is I'll probably go 3 Seattle players. And those 3 Seattle players will be Darnold and Kenneth Walker or Charbonnet. I think that's a good way to play that offense. Don't really need to overthink it. And then we'll play some advanced rate pieces from the Bears or, you know, XYZ team. We'll see. I think the Bears make sense because the Bears are not going to play Seattle. Packers will. So if you play the Packers, then you're just facing yourself off. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's like the Bills just have been so annoying with the way they're playing, and they're obviously winning games, you know, whatever. I'm not a coach, but they played through the run game so heavily that like they could really put themselves in a hole against the Jags. And sometimes that's good because Josh Allen playing from behind has been pretty it's worked pretty well this year, I think. So that is something that you always have the chance of, where Josh Allen takes over the game, and that's kind of the chance they have to win. But the Jags offense has been one of they've been pretty damn consistent over the last 2 months, probably. Definitely a scary team to go against, and Bills defense is not that good. So it's crazy. I don't know. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Personally, excited to watch it though. All right. So Kittle's cool too. What did I want to do here? Excuse me. Yeah, Nico's cool. And then I think I want to play the Bears. Well, we do have our NFC teams already, so let's go that. Let's do this to start here, and we'll see how we want to play it after that. I think we get our extra bear. Could be Loveland, could be Burden, could be Rome. I think Rome's going to play, right? So we get one more Seattle piece, and then we have Seattle, Buffalo, Seattle, Houston. Buffalo, Houston, probably. Yeah, they don't play. They're not going to play. Or Buffalo, Houston. Yeah, Buffalo, Houston would not play until the conference game, right? Yeah, they're 5-6. So the only way they'd play is if the Chargers win. So all the lower seeds win. That's the only way they'd play. Okay. That feels live. So they'd literally be the favorites winning in all these games, and then they don't play because Houston's favored. Bills are favored. Patriots are favored. So then it would just be Patriots, Texans, and Broncos, Bills. Okay. Oh, yeah, makes sense. Okay, Swift goes, unfortunately. That's fine. I have James Cook. Don't really need Swift. Let's run into... Let's get Burden first. And I think Kincaid makes sense. Let's get Kincaid, Burden. 2 Bills now. Need Darnold. Need Caleb, probably. I mean, I think James Cook is a safe bet to have just on your roster here in the first round. I'm not really that concerned about him not hitting my lineup. Absolutely need but Darnold. So Darnold would be my next pick. Probably Caleb also. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we have another out. So we'll get Darnold for sure, and then probably Loveland. And then I think this is pretty safe to get either Stroud or Caleb, and we can live with either of those guys. And one more Houston piece. Yeah, this is a fun team. I'm as long as I get Darnold, this team is good. I'm happy with it. It's not dead. Like, I just have to play Houston, and then my Buffalo out is completely gone. So I'll be pretty freaking pissed. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna watch. Do not touch Sam Darnold. Or I freak out. Better not see purple from you, sir. Better not see any purple. I don't want to see no purple. Okay. We're good. I mean, is Loveland gonna get sniped? I mean, there's a decent chance he would, right? I don't know why this guy would stack Eagles and Bears and get both quarterbacks right. So let's get Loveland. So I mean, as long as I get Stroud or if I get another Houston piece, I have another bet, another play. But like in round 1, I have James Cook, Nico Collins, Luther Burden, Colson Loveland, Dalton Kincaid. Feels a little scary. I'm not going to lie about that. But it's not bad. It's not bad. And I'd much rather have Caleb. And this guy just took him from me. It's okay. Still a fun team. I like this a lot. Because we're still going to get most likely the other 2 pieces we want. And then we just need like... I mean, I think that Houston-Pittsburgh game could play over the total for sure. That's what we need at this point with this team we're building. So we need Stroud to get there. We need him to have a decent passing game. We already have Nico, so it's like makes sense that that is something that we're betting on. All right. Don't fuck me, please. Higgins has been pretty awesome. Fuck my life. Oh my god. Higgins or Schultz. 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 I want Jaden Higgins. So round 1, I have Jordan Love, James Cook, Burden, Loveland, Jaden Higgins, Nico. I mean, it's got enough firepower. It's just that's so tilting. Okay, so we're playing Jordan Love to have a good game, and that makes sense. If Burden and Loveland cook, there's Jordan Love might have a good game too. That's fine. I'd rather have him stacked with my quarterback, but whatever. I have something. So if Green Bay wins, I could still benefit. If Chicago wins, I could still benefit. They're both okay. Whatever. But First round, I have James Cook, Nico, Burden, Kincaid, Loveland, Higgins, with Jordan Love. I mean, that's enough. That's enough to get through in a 1 of 6. This is how you need to build your team. If you're gonna, I would have obviously preferred Caleb or preferred Burden. Or no, sorry, if I got Caleb or Stroud, I've been happy. But it is what it is. It's how it is. Is the player pool so narrow? It's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But yeah. So ended up with unstacked. If I could have swapped this to it just Packers don't make sense too much for Seattle, but if I know what I knew now, I would have swapped this for like Watson and Reed. But it might work out either way, so it's fine. But basically, the whole point of this team is get the Seattle stack through. I just wish I had another like quarterback that could like meet me on the other side, because the farthest this can go is I'd have one quarterback in the NFC Championship at max. After that point, I have one the rest of the way, because they're not getting out of the second round together. So, but hey, I mean, JSN needs to get there. Darnold has to get there. You know, this shit can happen. But Jordan Love could help me round 1 and 2, or just round 1. Fun team. I like this team a bunch. It just a couple things didn't go my way at the end there. We'll see. All right, let's get another gauntlet going. Yeah, just if this is any indication of how much like thought you can put into this contest, hopefully that is clear at this point. There is a lot of thought you can put into this shit. That's what makes it fun. $102 this time. Okay, we will go McCaffrey. I haven't got Puka team in a while. It's been kind of frustrating, but it's kind of hard to not take Puka. I feel like I want to get more 101s because I want to see how much I can get. Can I get the Rams triple? Or is it just not possible right now? Well, certainly it's possible, but I want to get some of it. I barely have any. That was unfortunate. I'm really pissed that I didn't get the exact players I wanted there, but that's all right. What are you going to do? Zach Kirk here, Unearth Sage. Take someone else. Damn it. Yeah, I'll just take CMC. Yeah, I do wish the Niners got a different matchup. I mean, they could beat the Eagles for sure, but I don't know. I wish they got a different matchup. Doesn't feel great, especially with how they just played against a really tough defense, just laid an egg. Doesn't feel great at all, but you know, we're not really here to predict games. We're just here to make good teams, and the games will play however they play. I don't think playoff basketball is not really a predicting games thing. It's just building good teams. You could obviously play very exploitative, and if you have the bracket in your mind and you know the bracket somehow, then you're obviously in a good place. But I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Pardon my French. So if you have a crystal ball, I would just bet the bracket, or like I would bet like a parlay on the bracket, and you could probably win a lot more money than you did in this. So There's somewhat like you could even know, like you could know right now who's in the Super Bowl, and you would have an edge, obviously, like a massive edge, but you wouldn't be guaranteed to win because you don't know who's going to score in the first round. You know who's going to score in the second round. There's a lot of stuff that could go wrong. So San Fran and Rams are 1 seed apart. Those are safe to play together, most likely. Like I said, the only way they don't is if Eagles lose, Panthers lose, and Bears lose. Like, I don't know. I don't see every team, this would be crazy here if it's 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7. They all win those seeds. All the wild card teams win. That'd be pretty wicked. Possible though. Generally speaking, very unlikely that Rams Niners play in the second round. Only way that would happen is if the Packers win as well, which is possible. But yeah, all 3 of them winning. I don't know. That's pretty likely. So I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a good idea, but really, that's it. It doesn't matter. This team, if Rams and Niners play, it's not the end of the world for this team. It's okay. I shouldn't be. I'm like panicking about nothing. It doesn't actually matter that much. Adams is advanced rate piece to help me get through the first round, and we have the Niners as just like a good team, and yeah, maybe they meet in the conference game. Maybe they meet maybe they meet before that. There's really no way to know. I like doing a 5-man Pittsburgh here, maybe. And I really hope Pearsall comes back. It's so frustrating. I've been like hoping he'd be good enough to play for so long, man. Love my 1 quarterback build to play that best ball. Obviously, counting on that one team, but you can stack on 3 different teams. Yeah, it's definitely fun. It gets thin for sure, but I do like it a lot. It gets pretty thin, but I do like it. Eagles usually lose. That's the most toss-up game of the first round of my. I think the most toss-up game is the Bears-Packers game, but yeah. I'm just trusting Vegas on these ones, but I get where you're coming from. I think the Eagles game go either way too, because Eagles haven't looked like perfect, and the Niners offense has been looking awesome. So, besides last week, so yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for sure. I like getting some Jags here. If I could like dip my toe in the Jags life, I'd be okay with that. I think. Can I get P-Wash and Jacoby? Maybe. I mean, I'll try. I get Jacoby. This guy doesn't take P-Wash probably. I think that could be interesting. So I mean, Jennings just got sniped for me. So Purdy's probably the right pick. I have this guy blocked, so I could take. Yeah, I should be able to get P-Wash on the other side. Don't want to lose Purdy. I don't know. I think. Sorry, throat's messed up. I think if you can get a second quarterback, I think you're gonna most of the time you're gonna be happy you did. To be honest with you, like there's just so much weird stuff that can happen. The game goes through McCaffrey. The game's low scoring. There's just a lot of stuff that can go wrong, where your quarterback score could like completely buoy you, but the fact you have 2 saves your ass, and you save your San Fran stack or whatever. Like so many times that ends up happening. Whereas like, oh, I could tack on Jaden Higgins or Higbee, or like there's a pretty good chance that quarterback might help you out more than tacking on that extra piece that might get you 4 points or whatever, more often than not. So I think it's really up to judgmental. If you need the extra piece for your Super Bowl, it's like kind of a no-brainer. You take the skill position guy, but I definitely think it's more open than it feels, where like you don't have to do the 1 quarterback thing. But like you said, Eddie, the options are so much more open when you do the 1 quarterback build. I like doing it. Like if you get Allen, it's kind of hard to justify 2, but even then, grabbing 2 might be a decent idea if you get the right price. Like I have Eagles Bills team where I got Hurts in like the 6th round. Like that just seems like a no-brainer. Like James Cook smashes, Josh Allen does nothing, and all the Josh Allen, James Cook teams die. But the teams that have a better quarterback with Josh Allen, you're still alive, and that could be like monumentally big for your prospects of winning. So definitely want to be thinking about what you're doing, but I think it's not a bad idea. All right, so we get. I still think I want to go the Pittsburgh route. Can Jags Pittsburgh play? They can. It's very unlikely they would play. Actually, I think it might be impossible, right? I'll have to think. I'll have to brainstorm that really quickly here. But let's get P-Wash, and then we'll get let's get Warren, and then yeah, is this the fourth? Is this the stuff I was talking about? Is this the build? Is this the build, guys? Am I doing the thing? 3-1, 3-1, 4-2. This is it. I'm about to do it, guys. I'm about to do the thing I've told you about. You take the 3, you get the triple San Fran, you get the 4 Pittsburgh, you get the 2 Jags on the other side, and you're just live for like a lot of Super Bowl options there. It's like, obviously, if it's Rams Pittsburgh, you're not perfect, but you know the combo you have might have just been what you needed. Like you needed CMC early to get you there, and then you know Adams pops off in Super Bowl, blah 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 blah, whatever. Rodgers meets up with his boy in the Super Bowl. Crazy shit's happened. So now when I want a quarterback, this T-Law is just falling this whole entire time when I'm like willing to do something else. Crazy. Okay, so think about it this way. So can the Jags play the Steelers in the second round? The only way they would play, same thing in that scenario, when the 2 top seeds win, the 3 and the 4 win, then the only way they play in the first round is if the Chargers also win. Sorry, if the Patriots win too. No, they just wouldn't play. Yeah, they can't play. Okay, well, perfect combo then. So it's hard for me to not take those guys, but I think playing this way I already have set up. I'm gonna play through the Pittsburgh. I think I want to play it through. Gainwell was so much better of a pick than. I mean, I have all these guys in round 1. I could probably fill 2 slots. And I think having Gainwell with Rodgers is just, yeah, I think you need both. Let's get it. God, I just don't want to get sniped on my damn quarterback again. I mean, T-Law is just chilling here, right? I mean, no one's overindulging in the quarterback life. Can we push Rodgers? I sure hope so, or else I'll be pretty sad. T-Law is actually pretty fun too. Like T-Law Brian Thomas it might be even better, to be honest. But I can't guarantee that anymore. Can I get Strange? Okay, T-Law win. I was about to pivot, but never mind. All right, Gainwell. I think this is good. Probably moves to the 5th guy on the list for me. I don't think. I don't know, man. I don't want you to die, so I hope they don't get there. Not that it actually would happen, but you know what I mean. I don't know. Like, I think it's fair. It's good to be confident, but like, this is like probably the year of all years. Like, I bet there's like tons of people that would have said that about, oh, I'd bet my life that the Chiefs, the Lions, the Ravens aren't good. No way that all 3 of them don't make the Super Bowl, don't make the playoffs. That's impossible. You know, like there's plenty of people that would probably say that. Obviously, that doesn't mean anything, but there's plenty of people that would definitely say that before the season started. And then the next thing you know, Lions, Chiefs, and Ravens are out of the playoffs. I would have said you're crazy if you said that. I would have said, what are you talking about? Are they all hurt? Only two of them were. Only one of them was hurt. Crazy. I don't think the Steelers are making it, but yeah, it's an extra bet here. In this case, it's really San Fran makes it versus either Jags or Pittsburgh. But yeah, so yeah, doing this bracket out, it's not possible for Steelers and Jags to play. Because the Steelers Jags both make it through the first round. If the Patriots win, so this is the only other game that's playing for the AFC side. Patriots win, then Broncos play the Steelers, Jags play the Patriots. If Chargers win, Broncos play the Chargers, and they play each other. Yeah, so I was right. Jesus. God, I'm all over the place right now. They could absolutely play each other. But the only way they play is if the Chargers win. And they're about 4-point dogs in Foxborough. So not an awful thing to bet on. The other two are closer. Better chance for those two to win. Even though they're both dogs also. So, yeah. Fun way to do it. And if they do play, I mean, there's also that aspect of like, oh, shit. I mean, I don't want them to play in the second round. But if they do, whatever, dude. Like, I have 1, 2, 3... guaranteed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fly players, maybe 6 if Rams make it through again. Or I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players live. 8 maybe if Rams make it through. And it's like, okay, well, I still have a viable team, regardless of if they make it meet up in round 2. But yeah, it's a fun team. I don't know. I'm really weirdly, like, I'm not a Steelers guy, but like now that they're matched up against Houston, I just feel like they can get 2 games, and then that might be really valuable. Like the Gainwell Warren scores might be like the key to playoff baseball, or the Rodgers Metcalf or whatever. I don't know. That's just my gut feeling. I'm gonna have plenty of teams without either of them, without any Steelers. I mean, 90% of my portfolio I've drafted so far has no Steelers, so I think I'm just trying to catch up for lost time, maybe. But you can't really argue that they're not like good picks to throw in, because if you're to tell me if the Steelers make it to the round 2 and they're going to be also only drafted on 30% of the teams on the whole contest, I don't know. Like on stuff that's already been open, new stuff, much less inclined to be drafting. The new Mitten, I'd rather draft Seattle, Denver than draft like Steelers and Carolina. But on this, if you want to throw them in as either advanced rate pieces or just bet on them to get 2 games, maybe even something crazy happens, they get 3, 4 games, you could do that too. But I'm definitely going to take that opportunity when this like thrown at me, where like, okay, Pittsburgh's 3-point dogs, I might be getting 2 rounds out of them or more, at extremely low ownership, where like every successive round that they succeed in, every round that they make it through, is making it even more easy for me to get through the next round. And that doesn't happen for most of the teams, because most of the teams are drafted the whole time. So, you know, Rams have been drafted the whole time, Niners have been drafted the whole time, Eagles have been drafted the whole time, Bills have been drafted the whole time, Patriots have been drafted the whole time. Like, you're not getting any benefit if the Patriots make it 3 rounds through. Besides just having a good team, right? But you benefit where like Steelers make it through and they all smash, and it's like, oh, well, they're actually still low owned somehow. Like, that's pretty cool. We'll see. They're probably gonna get Houston's gonna give them the work, but I don't know. I've watched enough football to know that like what people expect to happen doesn't always happen. I think everyone could at least attest to that. All right. CMC, JSN. We got one more gauntlet. Let's do this last gauntlet of the day, probably. Let's get another JSN team, I guess. I think I want to get this Bears Seattle team going here. Bears Seattle. So Bears are like my advance rate people. Yeah. JSN Barkley would be sick for advance rate too, but oh, let me get Cook again. Come on. I'll take Cook again. This guy's gonna take Cook probably, but one can hope that he doesn't. Yeah. All right, so let's just go off the board here, I think. I mean, I don't really need to be... I do think getting a Jag, just get the Jags right away is probably smart. We can get Squatter right on the Jags and go heavy Jags. I think that's probably a good way to play. That game could be really fun. So go Seattle, Jags, Bears. I think that's fun. I mean, go 4 or 5 Jags and then get like 2 or 3 Seattle and then 2 or 3 Bears. And then we could go probably Caleb at quarterback and just get 2 Seattle. Get the Sharps, Kenneth Walker. I mean, this is a good way to play it, I think. So I get my Seattle through without having to spend that much capital and just bet on Jags and Bears scoring points. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So we need Myers, we need Swift. So we go Myers, Swift next picks. Definitely a fun way to play it just because you get a different, really much different texture of your team here. We'll let T-Law go because we don't need him if we get Caleb and Darnold. But I definitely would like him, but I'm not gonna sacrifice Swift for not getting the Jags. And then we'll just take whatever Seattle guy happens to be there. We'll grab one of these running backs, and that'll be our second piece. Or if we're gonna have the Eagles here, we'll just take the Eagles. Oh man. Shit. Okay. Huh. Yeah, you just gotta try it because you could really make something pretty fun here. I mean, I'm gonna lose Hurts here, but I think playing for this makes it a little bit more interesting, though. As long as this guy doesn't take Goddard, I can get... Well, yeah, I'll get either Smith or Goddard, and then I might be able to get it with Myers. Damn it, that sucks. Okay. So I paid the price there a little bit. We'll play Goddard. And then we'll go T-Law, and we'll take the late Jags, which I don't think are even that crazy of bets to make. And we'll play at that. I did not expect this guy to rogue pick Jags on me, though, with unstacked Stafford. So that kind of sucked because I should have had... I mean, honestly, I should have had Myers and then Goddard, and this would have been much better looking, but that's okay. I like going to AJ Brown there, trying out, because if Hurts comes back, that's way better to have that Hurts AJ Brown with your Seattle stack than the Bear stuff, I think. So worth trying. I can make this team again, so that's okay. So we definitely want T-Law next. And then we'll get, yeah, definitely want T-Law next. And then we want to get a... maybe we get Tootin on this team. Tootin's kind of a fun piece just to have on your Jag squads. Yeah. Okay. Can do this. All right, so we got T-Law, Parker Washington, Brian Thomas, Strange, Tootin, Sharbs. T-Law, Sharbs, and get the Jags, I guess. Just don't want to miss the boat on the Jags, man. I don't know. This guy really threw a wrench in things, taking Jacoby Myers here. I don't know what he's going to do now. So who has Kenneth Walker? And is he going to take my Sharbs from me? This guy has 3 running backs already. I took P-Wash. God damn it. I cannot keep getting boxed out of these Jags, man. I need some Jags. One of the 5, and I'm gonna end up with like 3. Whatever. I'm gonna have a few at least. I'll have Tootin too. But I do think I do need. Let's get Thomas, and then let's hopefully Sharbs will be there for me. And we'll see what we could do. We'll get Tootin. We have a nice Seattle piece. Maybe we can get the 3rd Seattle piece if we want to do that. We just don't want... if Sharbs goes, we're not feeling great about the Seattle aspect of this one. I don't want to lose Sharbs on this one. I don't know. Just getting those Eagles, like Eagles against the Niners, feels great. Like one of them's gonna have a good game, or a couple. So I like getting the AJ Brown in those teams, especially when you need to advance. I just think that's really strong. Brian Thomas, I feel the worst about, but there's no reason he can't connect on a bomb. All right, so this guy is gone with Seattle stuff. We also might lose. I mean, we're playing Jags Super Bowl anyways, so we don't need Darnold, but we would like him. Yeah, you can't push Sharbs anymore after this. Just need to get Sharbs. I might lose Strange, but I'm willing to lose Strange if I have to. I might not. I mean, he's got Patriots he can grab, baby. I mean, maybe grab a Ram, dude. It might be worth grabbing a Ram, don't you think? All right, we get Sharbs. Cool. All right, so this is good. Jags, Seattle, Philly. I don't really have teams like this. I'm gonna write this down. I want to make more of these. I want Jags. Oh, go down for that. Bestball, Jags, Philly, Seattle, or Jags, Chicago, Seattle. I like doing that a little bit more, I think. Sure, I got some Jags, Green Bay, San Fran or something in there too, but I don't know. Yes, he did. He did take Rams. That's kind of a fun way to do it. I actually like the way he did this team. Shout out to that guy. I like that team a lot. So we'll go Tootin and Darnold. I like that a lot. Tootin, Darnold. We get Darnold, Tootin. Yeah, I think that's fun. That's a pretty fun. I do like that way. You get the double Ram tight end. You might even be able to go to the 3rd tight end if you want. But like Go Rams tight end jam, and then you get your other pieces. That's kind of fun. I do like that. I just don't. I mean, I don't feel great about Stafford without one of Puka Adams, Kyron, Corum, but it seems like a tight needle to thread. But I do like the way he's building that. At least I didn't know if he was going to do that or not. So there goes Purdy. Not worried about Tootin getting sniped by any stretch of the imagination. We'll do one more gauntlet after this. Then I'll call it a day. In fact, I'll enter it now. Yeah, it's fun. Keep it on track, staying on track out here. Doing some different builds for you guys to see my thought process going through it. Hopefully it helped out a little bit. Here we have the 104 again. 104 this time, sorry. Are you more likely to get James Cook Allen by taking Cook first or Allen first? Probably Allen. I don't know. Yeah, pretty much no reason he would take any of the guys I have, so we should be in good shape here. Curious what Hirsch does with his last two picks. He could go Tootin on me. If he does, I'll go Seattle receiver. He did. Yeah, he took Tootin. Damn. I really like Tootin on this team. Darn Tootin. Guess I should have taken Tootin. So we got four. So we have four. I mean, for Seattle, I guess it makes it a little better. So we got 4 Seattle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Jags. 4, 4, 2. Advanced rate pieces are ETN, Lawrence, AJ Brown, Goddard, Brian Thomas, Strange. Would have been nice to throw on. I mean, Tootin versus Shaheed. I mean, maybe not going to actually matter, but yeah. Would like to have him just for the playoff run there. Let's get JSN. Let's get a T-Ball taking Seattle, I think, if I can here. I didn't think I would have JSN at 4, so I'll take him, and then hopefully maybe I can get Cook. Otherwise, I'm down to try that again. I'm down to do that again. I'm not opposed to it. I'm going to do it again. I think that was a fun build, and I'm going to try to get the Bears this time. Or the Eagles again. Yeah, I think this is a fun build. I really like this one. Just see if we can like get all the Jags we want this time. And then get the Bears on the other side with it. I think that's kind of a fun way to do it. And we just go to Seattle. To Seattle, skip Darnold and get the double quarterback. I think that's like your best way to get those through. You need the Jags, obviously, but I'm okay betting on them. Comments, sorry, missing. Going all in on Denver and Philly, San Francisco. Yeah, those games seem fun. Wait, Denver, New England. Chargers, New England? I don't know what this means. Different combos. Oh, okay. So you're betting on those 4 teams. Okay, sorry. They just confused me because Philly, San Francisco played the first round, but you want either of those teams is what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fun. I like all 4 of those teams. There's really not many teams I don't like other than the Panthers right now. All right. Hendo. Hurts is... Man. We're gonna go the Bears route this time, though. I think the Bears is gonna be a way more clean of a path to get there for me. And then hopefully I just have like the rights on water rights on Jags, or like no one's gonna mess with them anymore. So let me get Swift now. So I have, hopefully I'm like, okay, hey guys, I'm getting Bears, Jags, in Seattle. You guys can mess and piss off, right? We'll get Swift, and then we get our Seattle running back, and then we just get all the Jags, all the Bears, and we print, hopefully. I like this. As long as I could pull it off. Basically, like, pulling it off for me would say, get one of these running backs, get at least 2 of these Jags, 2 of these Bears, and then both quarterbacks. It's not crazy to do. A lot easier to get than getting that Eagles to come back to me. Yeah, he crumbles under pressure until he doesn't, though. He's done. He had two games this year. He did better. He had the biggest game of the season. He played pretty good. Did enough to win. Maybe they got enough. I mean, this year is just so weird, man. I don't know. Think of all the Super Bowls in the past where like a below average quarterback has won the Super Bowl, and that is what this year could be. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'm not gonna fade in Seattle. And Vegas literally has them as the Super Bowl favorite right now, like slightly. Like it's not a big favorite, but they are. I'm gonna put some weight into that as well. That's not the only reason I like them. I just like Seattle in general, but I'm just drafting a portfolio. I'm gonna have a lot of different teams. They most certainly are not gonna have a lot of all Seattle. Okay, so let's get T-Law now. We don't really need Darnold. Now we get, we have 3 Jags. Hopefully that kind of deters people from touching those guys. Can we just get Burden next? And then kind of like, okay, hey, I'm all over Bears and Jags, right? Okay, Sharps is fine. I'm okay losing that. I'm okay losing Ketty. Don't necessarily need Sharps when I'm gonna have ETN in the Super Bowl guaranteed on this outcome, but I don't know. Let's get Burden. We'll see what we can get. If we can't get Sharps, I'm willing to take one of Manungai and Tuden on this team. All right, see what we can do. Let's get P-Wash next and play it. Just keep on grinding here. Seattle's awesome, dude. They got the best defense in the league pretty much. I would agree. I don't want Darnold to have to play from behind, but yeah. San Fran was like the hottest team in the league, and they just shut them down completely, and they won easily. They didn't like blow them out, but they won 13-3. It's pretty good. And it was not like just a throwaway game. It was literally a must-win game for both teams to get the bye week. San Fran would be at home the rest of the year. Like, pretty massive game. So that to me, just, I don't know. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so we get Sharps. One of these. Get Sharps, P-Wash, one of the Jags, one of the Bears. Can't get Loveland. We just get Rome, probably. I mean, I love Brian Thomas, but I need to start taking him more seriously. So I'm gonna be trying to get more of him. You benefit from either of them. It might not be both of them. It might be both, but I don't know. I'm gonna stop fading him. Hopefully this guy didn't take P-Wash from me. Get yourself a Patriots, brother. Get yourself a Yeah, there you go. P-Wash. And we get, we get Bears. Choice of selection of Bears after we get hopefully Caleb Darnold's there too, so we're chilling because we can't get Caleb. We have Darnold in the back pocket at least, so we should be good. Yeah, I mean that is the best. That's the tough thing about them is their defense is just so bad, so bad. Offense is no question. The offense is good, but their defense is just so banged up. It's hard. It's like, yeah, it's just so much harder to win when your defense sucks consistently. And Purdy is a great quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but like he's not Josh Allen. He's not Mahomes. He's not Lamar. He's not Hurts or the better. I mean, he's just not any of those quarterbacks. So I don't know. Hard to say. None of you guys have any Bears, so I feel okay about getting Caleb first, and we should just be able to get Loveland. This is a sick team. If I get Loveland here, I feel pretty good about this team. You get first round. You have Myers, Bird, and Washington with another Bear, and then you get Swift, ETN, plenty of outs there. Like, this is how you get a Seattle team through. I think like this kind of build. And you could swap Jags for Bills, or you probably can't do that, honestly. But swap Jags for Pittsburgh, swap Jags for Houston. You could do any of those things, and this is how you get a team through. But like the Jags and Bears specifically, or Jags Eagles specifically, they feel like the teams that have like an actual ceiling at their pass catching options. Where like Houston or Pittsburgh, it's really kind of an uphill battle to see them getting you enough points without your first round pick. Meaning you don't have CMC, you don't have Josh Allen, you don't have Barkley, you don't have any of these guys on your team. You don't have Puka, you don't have any of those guys on your team because you take JSN. How you make up for it is like this kind of team, I feel like. Good old 4, what is it, 4-4-4-2? Yeah, 4-4-2. Clean. Feels good. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, but their offense also is worse. So they're just a weaker team this year, but they also are still a really good defense still. Completely shut Josh Allen down. Coming off some pretty hot games from him too. So defense does win championships sometimes, man. All right. That was fun. Yeah, think about those Chiefs defenses. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. This year's just such a mind fudge, man. Like, so many teams are live. Like, literally, what is it? The top odds are plus 350. Like, that's crazy. So Super Bowl odds. The highest odds are plus 330 for Seattle Seahawks. That's just crazy. It's crazy to me. San Francisco and Chargers have the same one, 30-1. Packers and Bears are 25-1 each. Jags are 13-1. Eagles are plus 950. Patriots are plus 900. Broncos, Seattle, and Rams have the highest odds to make the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Yeah, Jags have crazy momentum. I agree with you there. Like, that's gonna be a fun game. That's gonna be a fun game. Can't Bill's chance or Josh Allen's chance to take something home, or Jags just on fire, probably a better coaching staff. Obviously, the worst quarterback in that scenario. Jags have more weapons, probably a better defense, but Bills have Josh Allen and probably a better running back too. So, or a better running back for sure. So I don't know. Should be fun. I really cannot wait for these games. Going to do some FFPC probably Thursday or Friday. We'll do a FFPC stream recording. We'll do a stream for it. I have some friends on, do that. Good stuff. So we'll do that on Thursday or Friday, and then I'll be doing some of my own builds for FFPC as well after that point. But yeah, should be fun. Hope you guys all enjoyed the recording. Had a good time. I'll knock some timestamps on here to kind of get the teams easier for people to like watch and see the teams that I built here. So hopefully that is helpful. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys all have a good rest of your week. Good luck. I'll see you guys in a couple days on. Yeah, well, but they don't have to play the Chiefs anymore. Chiefs always beat them. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys all have a good week. Good luck, and yeah, we'll see you guys Thursday or Friday is probably the plan for now. So in a few days, we'll be back with some FPC content. Definitely stay tuned. Lots of content out right now. A lot of great creators making good content this week on FFPC, on Play Up Bestball, lots of stuff. Jump in these contests if you want to. Otherwise, just enjoy the football. And yeah, as always, everybody, thanks for watching on an episode of On Track, the first episode of our Play Up Bestball series that we'll try to do year to year, or every year we'll do it, and we'll continue it with some NBA. We might do some more NFL stuff, but yeah, we'll keep this rolling, and it'll be something we do a little bit every year. A lot of fun. Gonna keep doing Bestball, all that stuff. So excited for another year, 2026. We'll see if that could top my 2025. I had a good 2025. Can we top it in 2026? We shall see. So good luck, everybody. Hope you guys all have a good weekend and yeah, or a good week and weekend as well. Enjoy the football. And yeah, as always, find value in everything you do. Whew. Gotta get the intro ready or the outro ready. We'll see you guys next time. Later, guys.